All right, let's take a look here, see what we can see. This guy finally shows up. He's here. We've arrived. Thanks, everybody. If you want me to look at anything in the stream, just let me know, and we'll take a look. It's been a rough start to the year. We'll say that much. Let's see if oh, that's good. That's good. Rough start to the year. Probably my worst start to the year. I don't know, since when? Long time. In 2022, I didn't really do anything, so I didn't have a terrible year because I didn't really trade in 22. But I guess that would make sense if 2022 was my other worst year. But in general, picking a lot of setups that have gone nowhere. Such is life as a momentum breakout trader in a chop environment. It's kind of a lesson on how to lose money as a breakout trader. If we look at the archive, mostly break-even stop losses here. A few dubs, and really the big issue why the P&L so negative on the year is because my two largest positions currently are in the red. That's just the product of again, breakouts that sort of went nowhere, fizzled out. I saw Baba on my alerts triggered today below the cloud. I think it's been below the cloud for a little while. So most of the things that I liked and that I sized up on have not done anything. So that's unfortunate. Energy still looks good. Commodities still look good. We'll take a look at IREN. We'll take a look at the miners. I still like STRC, TLT, risk off, boring, just wait for a fat pitch. I've sort of sized up maybe too much, too fast relative to when the breakouts are happening. But even then, the breakouts that have happened have pulled back. So again, that's kind of just like reading the room. What is the trading environment right now? And probably doing less. Less is probably more right now based on everything that's going on. Scratches here. Pergar. What's up? Win Moon, Win Lambo. 2027, maybe? Locked and loaded. Rolls Royce. Is that a ticker? Gonna give me a ticker for that one. Yeah, I'll take a look at IREN. Everything just feels like it's in a weird spot. Things that should move. What's up, Karen? Things that should move aren't. Yeah, Zoom, just disaster. When Bitcoin 10 million? I don't know. Also, by the way, thanks for showing up an hour early. Not doing myself any favors. Trying to build an audience on randomness. I still think, and I'm not going to take a position on this. I'm not going to say it's a bottom call or anything, but I still think there is a trade to be had on a divergence move on anything that gives us a lower low here on BTC. And this may take like 2 months, right? I don't know. So far, all of the attempts have been batted down. On the daily, this doesn't really look like anything to me. You know what I'm talking about? Like if I'm trying to look for something, this was obviously a mess, but it was also 3 lows, 3 drives, inverted head and shoulders, whatever you want to call it, with a divergence. You had this back here. Everybody and their mother was watching this pre-election. This took 3-4 months to play out. And then before that, we had another consolidation. People were talking about this huge thing, including me. You know, I have thumbnails on it. So that's just to say, like, this stuff is just untradeable to me. There's just nothing going on here. It's going to take a lot of time before this stuff figures itself out, in my opinion. I would love a lower low. I would love a dragonfly, a wick, something on the weekly. The weekly cloud looks atrocious. You know, this is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight red weeklies. Weekly RSI is in the toilet at 25. Not great. So if we can get a weekly div, a weekly pattern. But what is this here to anybody? Like, let me know. Because I got nothing. I got nothing on the weekly. And we're getting a weekly bear twist on the cloud. The silver linings, all this is, of course, everything looks so terrible that it's going to be obvious when things look better. But what here is tradable? Nothing. I just see DCA type stuff going on. That's the wrong cloud, but whatever. I just see DCA type stuff. I don't hate DCA if you're in it for like 2-3 years. You got to give yourself some runway and some time. But I do not see anything here that is pressing, that is immediate, that says buy me on the long side. Nothing. Just absolutely nothing on anywhere you look. MVRV, on hash ribbons, on mining, anything based on the data, right? There's just nothing here. And it feels very much like it does in any bear market where it's just down until the temper tantrum happens and you just wait it out. Maybe we get liquidity infusions, maybe we get T-bill infusions, maybe we get rates to zero, maybe we get stimmy, right? But pre-positioning in front of that, I think is silly. Because you don't know when it's going to happen. You don't know how low we go. If you're fine with eating another, I don't know, 20, 30%, sure. But this feels very much like a time not price thing where we just gotta sit it out, gotta wait it out. If you're trading low time frame, as in sub-monthly, based on technicals, right? Now, if you're a long-term investor, believer in the technology, yada yada, what do you care about this? You don't. You're happy because you're getting more bang for your buck. You want this to go lower, in fact. So different strokes for different folks. Wait till the Santa rally? It's a long time. Long time. AQN up 8%. Yeah, it's always the ones I close, huh? So that's BTC on the daily, on the weekly. I don't see anything. I don't see anything worth buying. I don't see anything worth trading. You could also, let's just measure like here to here. Gives us a target sub 50. But I don't have any amazing ideas here. Looking at VPVR was another thing. My preference is if this does not go below the 2024 consolidation. It's ugly enough as it is, but if we can somehow miraculously find a green weekly, that would be a start. But there's a ton of volume in here in this region from 2024, from let's say the current wick low at like 60 to 70. So if we can find some action on the bull side from 60 to 70 over the next couple weeks, I like it. I like it. But other than that, there's nothing here. And if we look at it just across the board, it's not like Sol is going to be randomly up if BTC is angry. And this continues to look like either that with a wedge, which I despise trading, or just a head and shoulders. Nothing here is bullish, unfortunately. So you can just do this on every chart, but for Solana, I don't know why this doesn't go to 50. At least try to. But again, I'd love to see a lower low with a momentum div. That would be a start. Because right now it's just momentum dipping lower, lower, lower on RSI. So what is there to do here? For me, nothing. And personally, I wouldn't DCA any alts, but that's just me. I know some people might like that. ETH also looks just tragic. You know, what is this, right? I don't know. It's been ranging for years. Daily looks the same as BTC. I got nothing. And that's pretty much every alt. I did this on Wednesday, but is there any alt that is above its cloud on the daily? Like, let's start there, you know? I don't even think Hype. Yeah, Hype's below. XMR's below. What alt that has been around for more than 2 years is above its daily cloud? None. None that I can find. And that makes sense. Everything correlates to one in a bear market. There's nothing here. There's just absolutely nothing here. What is, there's just nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, I guess if you're DCing into like a staking something, maybe Sol could have some sort of inverted head and shoulders here, but it's probably more likely a bear flag. So if you've got a bullish argument or a trade setup, I'm happy to hear it, but I don't see anything. ETH-BTC, Sol BTC, all of these just look horrendous, absolutely horrendous. And that's pretty much all of crypto. So That was what, 5 minutes? You know, you do that once a week, you'll be fine. You won't pull your hair out and go insane trying to find setups and force yourself to like, okay, let's go to the 4 hour, find something. There's just nothing going on. There's nothing going on. If we can get above 70 on the 4 hour close, maybe that's a trade to take, to think about. That feels like an impossibility right now. MSTR also, if we're done with crypto, go to equities. I also think there's a trade here at some point from, what is it? So it keeps going lower, which is good as far as the entry is concerned. 130 to 235. If there's a trade, I will not miss it. It'll be sometime this year, April, June, I don't know. Maybe we get this, like shoulder, head, shoulder, something like that. Edge to edge. Here's your neckline. Somebody in chat needs to clip this for 6 months from now when it fails to break out. But that's something to think about, something to watch. TA helps you visualize, at least me, helps you visualize what the possibilities are here. But this is nothing. This is absolutely nothing. And the real problem for risk assets right now, to me, is all of the bond stuff looks excellent. Looks very, very good. Very, very bullish. Which probably means risk on is bearish, which it's leaning bearish. It's not quite there yet, but if crypto looked like this, I'd be saying, yeah, let's bid it, let's buy it, let's go. Like, these are the setups I love. SHI, IEF, TLT, and that's why I'm holding what I'm holding. Not exciting, not huge returns, but at least it's going up instead of down. A 2x trade on MSTR. Yeah, I mean, I've said this before, but to me, helping plan this out weeks, months in advance helps me size it up when the time is right. Because I'm not just sort of feeling like I'm guessing. At least maybe it's a false sense of security, but I will be looking at this chart every day for the next year, like waiting. And I will be screaming when it's time for me. But until then, nothing to do. MSTU, same thing. BITU, nothing. There's just, nothing here. ETHU, SBET, BMNR. You tell me where the trade is here. It's been down only. I don't care how much ETH Tom Lee's buying. When ETH inevitably turns a corner, whether that's $500 or $1,000 or $2,000, then BMNR might be a trade to think about. But this is the life we lead in crypto, unfortunately. Nothing there. Straight nothing. Coin also probably a trade like months from now. But again, people get like fixated on a singular thing, like, okay, Coin does all these amazing things, or Robinhood or whoever, right? But if you compare it against ETH or MSTR or whatever, that's the smarter understanding of what's going on here. If you want to min-max this, Coin against WGMI, right? What does that look like? That's basically ETH BTC, roughly. If you're understanding, like, okay, MSTR is basically Solana, then I know what I'm getting myself into on the leverage side or on the beta side. Galaxy as well, again, is there anything tradable here? Circle, I don't love it. I would rather see anything that looks like TLT or SHI. Give me months of something to think about. Just a little early to me to trade anything crypto. PayPal disaster, Metaplanet disaster. Even the Neobank new holdings down. XYZ, they laid off a bunch of people. Still not above the daily or weekly cloud. Just perpetual chop. And then Robinhood. Here's a win for TA for people who don't believe in it. Head and Shoulders breakdown. This looks like it's trying to Adam and Eve, but not for me. Not down here. you want to see something you can see from outer space, right? You want to see the Great Wall of China type patterns. This was an excellent pattern plus entry. Most of the time on the cloud breakouts, you will see a chart pattern. So they go hand in hand. Just early, right? Everybody's like, they want to hit the green button. They want to buy. You can try to be a hero. I'm not going to stop you, but just I don't see anything. I don't see anything there. WGMI, just sort of all over the place. It's bearish on trend. It's trying to break down with this huge pitchfork, multi-year pitchfork. I don't feel great relative to the IREN position, right? If this breaks 40, I'm out. I'm done. So that is my stop loss there. It likely will because it's below the cloud. It is trending bearish. It is trying to break down. Not a rosy picture or situation here. It's up shifty. And that was the better of the miners, right? Wolf sort of failed to break out so far, but it's in a better spot. Bitfarms, no. Cores I like. I got alerts there at 18. Not quite ready. Clean Spark, no. BitDeer, no. Cypher, just ranging neutral to bear. Hut, momentumless. Hive, no. Riot, no. BTBT, no. Mara, no. Probably similar to MSTR. In this case, it's like an expanding broadening wedge or like a falling broadening wedge or something. There's probably a trade in here eventually, another edge-to-edge type setup in weeks to months from now. 9 to 15, something like that. Maybe it's 8 to 15. So I like alerts. Can I put alerts? I think you can do... I always forget. Lead one? Yeah, lead one, crossing... hold on, I'm gonna figure this out. Its condition is price. Nope. Price, crossing... Cloud, where are you at? Cloud lead one. Okay, this should work. So that gives you a daily close in the cloud as an alert, no matter where it is. But again, what does it do here? Nothing. We can also measure this from high to low. That gives you some more targets. A setup to watch for the next 3 to 6 months. Nothing here. All the rest of these, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Domainer's asking about Schwab Aruni. Yeah, it had that real massive reversal on the AI, tax prep news or whatever, wealth, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't look great, but this is sort of par for the course. This is what I'm talking about. Like, there's so many things that have started to break out, have looked good, and then gone nowhere. Unless you're GE Vernova, which actually played out, right? You had your pattern, you're above the cloud, breakout, target, it had everything. Check, 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 right? This is what you always want to see and expect and hope for in chart patterns, trend, breakouts. It helps that it's just like where the market is right now with the XLU, utility, energy, AI type stuff, another all-time high on XLU. So there are places to go that aren't just STRC or TLT. There are things to do. It's not likely where you're looking. That's the problem. You just, if you're here, you're probably, very crypto, momentum, leverage oriented. You probably haven't looked at XLU much other than maybe me bringing it up or somebody else bringing it up. Healthcare is another one. This looks excellent. This is a high time frame cup and handle. Not exciting, but it's a trade, right? TLT, not exciting, but it's a trade. A few others here, people asking about Alcoa. They are what? Either mining or metals, I forget exactly what. Got a nice high and tight flag there. Little bull flag action. I'll take it. I'll take this over Bitcoin. You know, if we're comparing it to Bitcoin, sure. I still like healthcare and utilities better as a setup, as a breakout trade. Let me just do a few of these real quick. Jets, no, that's airlines. KRE, no, that's regional banks. XLF, financials, no. REMX, platinum, palladium, copper. The metals are just, they look fine. It's just tough to get an entry, I think, for me. Silver. Let's look at gold here for half a second. It's just kind of a mess, right? I feel like I've said this before, I'm sure, but people like they missed a whole run. They missed like 2 years, 3 years of gold running up, and then they go for like the sloppy seconds up here. They're like, you know, okay, now it's gonna go to 5,000 again, the equivalent of like, you know, whatever, 10,000. It's gonna go to 20,000. Okay, but like, where were you in 24, right? Where were you when this high time frame pattern consolidation broke out? You know, this is the type of stuff you're looking for. You're looking for March 2024 equivalent on gold on charts right now. At least I am. And that would be bonds. That would be bonds. Zoom. Ugh. The weekly looks about as terrible, awful as you'd not want it to look, unfortunately. Just a huge reversal. Again, a breakout that went nowhere. I will be closing this probably next week. I was taking the trade on the weekly, so I'm not going to really rely on the daily. But if you were also using the daily as a stop loss, the problem is you lost a diagonal support here on earnings, on a gap down, just gross type stuff. Not great. There was another chart. Oh, AQN. Yeah, again, it's like power companies, utilities, all this stuff. Not exciting, but that's where the market's at right now. This looks really good. I had this in the port at one point. I cut it because it was just not doing anything. There was one more, maybe not. Is it RR? Is that what it is? Rolls-Royce. Yeah, again, it's a little late, but if you're in it, it's fine. Kind of looks like GEV a little bit with the diagonal inverted head and shoulders. This thing. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. What else we got? Anything else exciting? It feels like cutting Zoom is late. I mean, the only other time you could have cut it, in my opinion, would have been on earnings. But like, you know, this is a massive gap down, a massive candle. So cutting it yesterday or the day before, like I'm not cutting it at 85. So I guess, you know, you just eat it at 70 whatever and say, all right, see you later, sayonara. Rivian also, I'm sure, looks not great. just chop, forever chop, right? Forever chop. Yeah, EEM. That's the other issue is like, again, with the gold analogy, this stuff has done well and is doing well, but do I like fresh positions here? No. Do I like an entry here? No. Do I like ads here? Also not really. But yeah, it's done really, really well. It's just I haven't been trading it. It's not where my focus has been. But if you have been, you've done excellent. You know, this is definitely rest of world ROW is where money has been made. You also had, I feel like we maybe talked about this. You had like a head and shoulders here that failed, right? So I love finding setups where you get this two-sided risk, where you have the opportunity to make an explosive move. Because if you're paying attention to this every day, like, okay, it's in the cloud, okay, it's above the cloud, okay, bullish TK cross, okay, it gapped up, right? Okay, there goes the right shoulder. So the entry is 55. You know, that would have been a trade. But here, no. What's up, MK? Allo, XOP. Yeah, again, the energy stuff, the oil stuff. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That's why I'm holding on to CVX. This is basically XLE, OIH, just like head and shouldersception, inverted head and shouldersception. Months and months and months of consolidation here, breaking out, and then it's got this huge, huge thing. Right? This, whatever this is, just huge. I think we all hope it doesn't go to infinity like it wants to, because that means inflation. But, you know, is a realistic target 1,000 for this, a 10x? No, I don't think so. But this is a great setup, great consolidation. OIH, similar. VanEck version of that. And again, you can see this like multi-year. If we go to like the monthly, just a monster of a setup. Just huge. Looks great. What's the other one? XAR. What's that? Aerospace and defense. Great chart. No entry for me here, but it's done really well, right? It's done really well. MK, no, I have no opinions on anything crypto. Most of crypto just looks awful. I guess if you want to trade a BTC pair that's above the daily cloud, you know, it looks fine, right? This looks really good, but not for me. NSRGF. Nestle. Yeah, it's kind of got this ascending triangle vibe to it, right? I like XLU and XLV better, but yeah, that's a thing. That's definitely a thing. Insurance is probably another thing that is this what? It's like the boring stuff, right? The yield. I don't see that. Is it just Prudential? Not sure if this is what someone was asking for. All right, maybe I don't love insurance as much. There's probably an insurance ETF to look at, but SCHD has a huge high and tight flag there. It's on the weekly, daily. Just got to make sure that doesn't rounded top on you. RSP hit an all-time high yesterday. S&P just looks like it's nothing, you know, momentumless. Qs, momentumless, nothing going on. IWM, also momentumless. The broad indices, not much is going on. If we go to Mag 7, disappointing candle after earnings for NVIDIA. Just nothing going on here at all. At this point, I would need like a high at 200. You'd have to hold a high up there. Just chop on chop for NVIDIA. Apple, I mean, theoretically, if this can hold, I guess you could do something like this. I don't know. It's just kind of messy, right? Just so much volatility. Microsoft, no, there's probably a trade just like BTC, MSTR months from now. Nothing here. Meta, chop. Netflix, big update today. Big update past couple days. Nothing I would be keyed in on trading wise. I'm never catching that trade. Amazon free floating. Google in the daily. Tesla below. Uber below. Rivian we looked at. Lucid, ugly. So like where is there to go right now besides boring stuff? Yeah, we looked at Alcoa, it looks good. LAMR. Lamar Advertising. Take a look at the advertising. Yeah, I like it. I put it up there with home builders. You got, what is it, XHB? XHB, Lamar probably looks a little bit better, but what is Toll Brothers? What are they doing? Yeah, looks fine. Multi-month consolidation, recovery, cup and handle. Looks good. Looks good to me. AAOI. Applied Optoelectronics. Cool. Um, yeah, I mean, if you caught that candle, great. But like the trade was like a couple months ago at this point, right? You know, the entry. Like, what are you gonna do here? I don't know. I guess you could buy more, but yeah, I mean, it looks phenomenal if you're paying attention. Hold gold and T-bills and come back in 2027. Probably, JMag. Probably. I was saying the bond complex looks very good. TLT looks very good. The 10-year looks like it wants to break down. The 2-year looks like it wants to break down. If crypto charts look like this, I would be heavily levered, heavily levered, and that's one way I guess you could get yourself into trouble. Speaking speaking to myself, like I could be buying calls on the 2-year, buying leverage TLT. Like I could be doing that. I don't. That's probably not the right thing to do, but um, you know the charts look good. They've taken years to consolidate, and they're coming down. Curious why whole builders doing well. Headlines. I think because rates are coming down. That's my left curve take on why home builders are doing good, but I don't really know. KOG.OL. What a ticker. I don't know if I can. Is it this? Another like cup and handle situation. Someone's mentioning Stitch Fix as well. Again, another just failed breakout, right? I know how to pick them. I know how to pick them, chat. Roblox also. I don't see a trade there. What was that? What was this TLT? I gotta go back because I forget. Can't mess up the templates, shy. I mean, like, what are we trading here? No pattern, no trend. You're a salmon. You're swimming upstream. You're dying. You're dying eventually. Change log on the test says no change since 2. Change log have on the tracker. Oh, you know, I just haven't kept up with it. I definitely keep up with it in the trade archive. I just have forgotten to update this, but I can after the stream. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff overseas that looks great. Non-US looks great. SMCI may be one to watch. This thing's a bucking bronco, so size-wise, you got to keep that in mind. But this is a setup that has not moved yet in an industry where there's a lot of money sloshing around. It's clearly like a retail name. I wouldn't stick around if this does break out. Speaking to myself again, if I do take this trade and it gets anywhere near 43, I'm out. But it looks enticing. It looks enticing here as it smushes its way into the cloud with a rounded bottom. So something to watch. Something to watch. SMH, I think, is at an all-time high as well. It was. Pulled back a little bit on NVIDIA news, probably. XLRE. Yeah, similar to home builders. Again, XLV, XLE, XLU, XLRE. All this stuff looks great. Looks really good. That's an ascending triangle on the daily after a multi-month consolidation. Love it. Absolutely love it. A similar chart would be GDX. If you're looking for like a comparative pre-post breakout, obviously this is absurd what happened to GDX, but similar like descending inverted head and shoulders breakout. Looks great. Looks really good. And XLB is what materials? I forget. Yeah. Yeah, this one, there is a high and tight flag there, so I don't hate it. I just like XLU and XLV better, but still looks fine. This could keep going, absolutely. So I think a smart portfolio is probably like XLE is probably at the bottom. What? XLV, XLU, XLH. What this formula is again? Oh, there's too many XLs. XLH, XL what? XLB. No. XL. What is it? I just literally just looked it up. Where the hell is it? All right. I am not remembering. Home builders. Can I look it up like this? No, I'm just embarrassing myself, chat. Home builders ETF. XHB. They had to trick me. They tricked me. All right. XLV, XLU, XLH. No, XHB. And then like XLB, TLT, Shy. You know, this is probably like the foolproof portfolio right now. Not exciting, not flashy, not crazy. But that's where people are at. Yeah, we can add XLRE to this. Sure. Yeah. I'd probably put it above XL. It's probably above XLE too. XLRE. So if we did like, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We did like 20%, 20%, 5%, 5. That's 50, and then another 50, 10, 10, 10, 10, and then could do like 10 MISC. Like that's probably a pretty decent portfolio right now, just because there's nothing else going on. There's nothing else going on that I would want to trade. Yeah, maybe I just throw everything away in the journal and just say, you know what, we're gonna do this. There's probably like some genetics or what is the Moderna mRNA ETF? Whatever has mRNA in it, maybe ARC-G. I don't know, because PFE looks good. Pfizer, this looks good. You've got shipping you could consider, you know, like logistics type stuff, but no, I didn't exit Zoom yet, Giovanni. It's a bit of a sore subject, but thank you for coming in and asking me. We talked about it at the beginning. RGTI, falling wedge. Somebody said on what time frame? I got nothing here on RGTI. Again, probably an edge to edge here from 19 to 36. The problem is you just absolutely know all of these trades are going to trigger at the same time. And so you have to really be careful sizing and selecting the right ones, right? Because you're going to have MSTR, you're going to have all of these probably after TLT breaks out, right? So I think the risk off stuff's where to be. I think the unexciting basket indices are the place to be. But all this like hot froth stuff from October, you're saying this is a falling wedge? We gotta get slime in here. I don't know. That's the ugliest falling wedge I've ever seen, bro. I don't think so. Anyway, that's where I'd be right now if I wasn't trading individual names. Oncology Holdings. Love the weekly. Love the weekly because what? It's got two things. Inverted head and shoulders. I feel like we looked at this last week. And it's in the cloud. Love it. Looks really good on the weekly. Just got to be patient. Got to have some intelligent stop losses because you want it to go to 9. That's a 4x. It's a 4x. Looks good. Looks really good. I wouldn't want this below like 150. but it looks really, really good. Looks better on his chart. Of course, only Giovanni can draw the falling wedges, not me. It's probably a log linear thing, right? That's not me. Skill issue. All right, we got any final? I thought I had we have a surprise list from Nwanda from last week. I was at ETH Denver, that's why I wasn't streaming. This is another one, like, again, commodities that have just been down only for years and years and years, turning up. Wheat, ETF, ETV. I don't even know if you can trade this as an American, as a cheeseburger eating American. But yeah, looks great. Defense, KTOS, no, nothing there. Emerging markets, ascending triangle, Latin America. This XUS stuff looks really, really good. CSAN, a little bit of a descending broadening. I like it on a higher high. Not quite ready, but nice little pattern, multi-month pattern there. Something to watch. This is energy. Land bridge. Lots of chop. I don't love that. UCO, lots of chop. Ultra Bloomberg crude oil. Is this like leveraged oil? Is that what this is? Probably. No, not yet. I don't love that one. EOG. Man, I just get like PTSD from this. Like, who wants to trade this? Like, raise your hand. I don't. No thanks. APA. Looks fine. Uptrend. I don't know where you catch it, but it looks good. Eco Petrol. Nah, kind of a double top there. PBR, not to be confused with the $2 headache. Looks okay. Looks okay. Sunrun had a massive move down on earnings. It's funny because it looked good. Like, it looked like it wanted to go higher, but this is where we're at. Every breakout that I would like to trade, or I have traded, is just dying, breaking down. Not great, Bob. Not great. Solar Edge also broke down. Uranium, NXE. So Nukes is probably CCJ. If we go to Nukes real quick. Love this. This looks great. We could probably add this to the XL portfolio. Something with uranium. Either a cup and handle, inverted head and shoulders. Looks real good. Looks better than Zoom. I'll give you that. Better than Rivian. Better than IREN. Looks good. Healthcare, biotech. No. Well, that's something. Yeah, I mean, similar like Pfizer. You got your, or Porsche. It's the opposite of the Porsche chart. Similar consolidation. Rocket Pharmaceuticals. For space doctors, obviously. ADCT. Yeah, the weekly, not bad. What is there a biotech pharma XL? There probably is. Something to think about as well. What is ARCG doing? ARCG is just kind of nothing. Industrials, no. MPT. Yeah, this one, again, I assume it's like home builder adjacent or whatever, right? Commercial real estate adjacent. I don't know. Love the consolidation. Love the pattern. Love the breakout. I should probably be adding to this, if anything. Because it is breaking up. I'll put Nukes back on here. XL series, we'll just call it. Yeah, that looks good. MPT looks really good. Mac, I assume similar to MPT. Looks a bit slower. Good. I don't like this one as much. What else we got before we get out of here? IREN we looked at. I don't like anything below 40, and it looks like it's going to go there. So I'm probably going to get stopped out on that one. EWY, yeah, it's like, I love the chart. It looks great. Amazing. But like, where do you catch this? Not now. You know, it's way late. The best time that you could have was back here, but you got to be watching this. I certainly wasn't. The first best time is back here. But here? Now? No. Like, it's done. At least what the meat of the move, to me, looks done. Probably keeps going. Probably does well. Not for me. Circle, not for me. Block, definitely not for me. And PayPal, definitely not for me. That is like, you know, on the arc of bullishness to bearishness, Circle's, at least in the daily cloud. Block is years of chop. Years. And we've tried to trade this, for those of you who've been around for a little while. We tried to trade this in 2024 when, in my opinion, it should have been attempted to be traded and not sort of moments before. Maybe I tried it back here, early 24 as well. I don't remember if I tried it twice, but this is years of consolidating, of just chop, right? Just nothing, absolutely nothing. The next time I would think about entertaining a trade here would be like 82. I already had an alert there. Before then, not for me. Not for me. You're just asking for pain sitting in this thing. It's like going back to Rivian. People have asked me, like, are you going to buy Rivian again? Probably not. Probably not. And yeah, PayPal just looks like a disaster to me. What is CP? Canadian Pacific. This is what? Rail or oil or something? Canadian Pacific Kansas City Limited. It looks energy-ish or transports. Yeah, I like it. It's breaking up. Buy high, sell higher. Love it. Love it. Now that they're taking out the narcos. Oh, narcos were taxing 20%. Good to know. That's some good knowledge. Looks good. Is this really a thing? GRLHF. No. Is that what he said? CP is rail. Okay, thank you. Did you mean GRL? RF. The font is too small. GRLRF. All right, Greenland Resources. Why? I got nothing for you on that one, bud. A few more here. Soy. Yeah, this is probably in the same vein as like the wheat setup, a little further along. Looks okay. I like XLU and XLV better. Looks okay. DBA, this is more ag. Yeah. Mods. You know, again, it's a lot of chop. I don't love it. I like XLU, XLV better, personally. And U, that's a ticker. Is this at the airport, that thing? Whatever it's called? I assume it is. Great breakout. You know, it's late at this point. But yeah, that's a breakout. Absolutely. That looks great. And then ENB. Enbridge. Also looks good. I don't see an entry. It would be an ad, if anything. You know, you've got this huge consolidation setup, right? So yeah, I like it on like ultra high time frames. That looks good. That looks good. XLV does look good, right? XLV looks really good. Shield yourself from some individual name volatility. JKS, no. Not liking that one. TAN is the solar ETF. Doesn't really look like, you know, you could buy the Kijun bounce, I guess, I suppose, but I don't know. I just like, I like the other stuff more. I like the other stuff more. What's up, Craw Craw? I think we're gonna leave it there, because yeah, unless you got any final requests here, I got nothing else. Just a bunch of boring stuff, bunch of basket ETFs. No crypto for me, unfortunately. So we'll call it. Have